Right now, I am the top person in my chosen field, which is numerology and astrology. It got damn near 1 billion views on TikTok and all those other IG programs in the past 9-10 months. I only started this year. I've been at this for about 2 decades. And what I basically promote is very simple, the truth. Now, most people can say that, but my stuff is the universal truth because mine is mathematics. And mathematics, in my opinion, is God's language. So that's basically what I do. I help people interpret numerology, which is basically a way to decode exactly what someone's personality is, what they're going to be doing in life, if they're going to be successful, if they're going to have money, if they're going to have a successful marriage. Things like that can be told by numerology and astrology, because I believe this is all virtual reality. And then in the day, in the virtual reality, you have to have cheat codes, just like in video games.
Nice.
And those cheat codes are numerology and astrology.
So you've been in Miami for this year, but before that, you were living in Ohio. Where were you born and how did you end up in Ohio?
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. That's it. I mean, it's, you know, a decent sized city. It's a Midwest, Rust Belt, hard-working town. You know, it's far from Miami. People over there are making, you know, minimum wage to an average job. In Cleveland, if you're making like, you know, $60,000 a year, you can make it and you could probably live a decent life. In Miami, you can't do that in 100K. So, you know, the cost of living is very low, and just hard-working people there. Ordinary, hard-working people. Not too many people, you know, come from Ohio and get famous. We have a lot of presidents, though. So a lot of geniuses come from Ohio, but with the exception of maybe Logan Paul and the Paul brothers, not too many people have came from Ohio or are mainstream.
Did you grow up with 2 parents?
Yes, of course. And that's why I always tell people, that's why I'm privileged. Not because of this skin color, not because I'm Jewish. If anything, that held me back. I'm privileged because I had 2 parents, and that is a privilege that most people in society today don't have.
And the neighborhood that you grew up in, was it like a nicer neighborhood?
I would say lower middle class. Like, you know, I didn't go hungry, but, you know, we definitely were not middle class. You know, I had cockroaches growing through my toys and stuff like that. You know, it was normal. Me, the toys and cockroaches. But, you know, my dad came from the Soviet Union, again, modern day Russia, and he got here in the 70s. He basically got out of communist Russia, and he made sure his kids were born in this country. And because they were born in this country, I had the opportunity that I would not have had in the other countries to actually make something of myself. And thankful that he went all that way to help out his sons. And I can only be appreciative if I actually show the same type of gratitude to my sons. Pass it down.
And were you raised in any type of religion, spirituality, any type of thing like that?
My dad would occasionally take me to temple, but we're not really one of those families that don't, you know, take phone calls on Saturdays and don't use, like, you know, we're not doing anything like that. My dad definitely thought Jews were superior than most. I'm not sure if I have the same viewpoint, but I will say this, I think Jews are extremely intelligent. If you compare them to the rest of society, I don't care how that sounds. Didn't say better, but very intelligent. It was not very religious, but he definitely would tell me about God. And, you know, I remember my dad used to tell me, you know, I can't prove it, but I think there's like a secret group of men who are running this world from behind the scenes. That's what he told me way, way decades ago. And it turned out he was right.
And when it comes to like public schooling, regular education, did you enjoy it? Did you perform well? Did you
No, I actually did not perform well in public schools. I thought the teachers were trying to dumb me down. Example, like in 4th and 5th grade, I remember they used to always tell me, show your math work, show your, you know, multiplication, show your division, show all that stuff. I can do that stuff in my head. Why do I need to slow this stuff down? And I remember they failed me. I got all their answers right, but I didn't show my work, so they're trying to say I copied. So I stayed after school. They gave me the same test. I didn't show the work, and I got all the answers right again. And at that point, I realized the public school system is there to hold down people. Why would they want someone who's operating at a higher level, at a higher frequency, to come down? Why would they not encourage that type of behavior? So again, I was very young when I realized that. I mean, even when I was 13, I remember watching Bill Clinton lie to the American people. And, you know, look at this. I was always watching the State of the Union at 13, 14. Other kids are playing video games. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, wow, this guy's a really good liar. And other people got to know he's lying too. But, you know, up and down the applause. So, you know, even he taught me something, that if you're really, really good at something and you can't really show anything, you can be a politician and just lie. You know, they called him Slick Willie.
I've heard the term, but I never knew what it meant.
Yeah. It is what it is. Bill Clinton is the bastard child of the Rockefellers. And that's why he keeps losing to Obama, who's connected with the Rothschilds. And Rothschilds here, Rockefellers here. And if you don't know how that works, in 2000, when Chase Manhattan merged with JP Morgan, that was basically the Rockefellers bending the knee to the Rothschilds, because that was the Rockefellers bank, and they merged and then became Chase, which is the Rothschilds bank. So again, you got to know these people who run the world, they're like gangsters, right? And they'll fight amongst themselves. But if anyone tries to damage their core game, oh, they're coming for you. They all come together and then they holler at you.
When was the first time that you came across any type of astrology, numerology, and did it pique your interest?
Chinese restaurant.
What age?
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't remember the age, but I remember knowing I'm a Capricorn and liking it. Didn't know why. I know I liked it. And as I studied, you know, further, and, you know, as I got older, I remember a lot of Roman history was one of my first loves. And a lot of Roman emperors who happened to be Capricorns put Capricorn in the back of the money. So, you know, it tells you something. You know, some people are very proud of their skin color, even though they had nothing to do with it. Some people are very proud of having daddy's money, even though they had nothing to do with it. Some people are proud of their astrology sign. Voila.
And when did you start to delve deeper into researching this stuff and understanding?
9/11. 9/11, by far. Before that, you know, I knew enough not to trust the government. I knew that much. But I didn't think anything of, you know, McDonald's having a big M and them symbolizing the big M. I didn't think that was a big deal. Why would I? Or Marathon gas station or M&M's candy. You know, I didn't think that was a big deal. Why would I? As I, you know, started looking into numerology, I understood that M is 13, and that signifies homage to the 13 bloodline illuminating families. It's all over the place. Go on your computers and put in all the movies that start with 13. 13 Warriors, 13 Ghosts. It's like fucking 30 of them. Then start looking at Ladder 49 or 6 Days, 7 Nights. You know, this shit's a joke. I already mentioned the sports teams, the 76ers, 7-6, 13, 49ers. So it's all over if you look at it. And the system that's always in the court system, always in religion, always in astrology, it's all the same. It's 12 plus 1. 12 jurors, 1 judge, legally. Religious, Jesus, 12 apostles. Astrology, sun, 12 signs. Come on. It's everywhere. What do you think? This is a coincidence? And if you understand, if you have enough up here, which I don't think you have to have much, but if you have enough up here to understand this is not a coincidence, that tells you people who know a lot more than you, if you're going to be honest with yourself, are actually using this stuff. Start asking yourself why, start getting curious, and then things might start coming together for you.